Naomi, have you ever played Dungeons & Dragons before?
Nope.
Nope. Have you ever had any desire to play Dungeons & Dragons?
Absolutely not.
All right.
But I've watched Dragon Friends a few times and had a fun time, even though I didn't know what was going on.
Well, that's very...
How did Dave talk you into this?
Yeah.
Naomi?
I really don't have a lot going on, Eden.
For a
Yes.
few days now, the downtrodden and destitute of Waterdeep have had champions, an agency that would look after them when the lords and ladies of the Gilded City would not. Those champions, of course, are the Gribbits Detective Agency, a shining example of what can be accomplished in a short time when a group of competent, like-minded individuals attack a common problem. At least this was the plan. In reality, in the short time since your doors have opened, you've managed to accomplish a break-in, I think one case of Grand Theft Wagon, home invasion, and you've killed a lot of cops. Like quite a startling number of police officers.
ACAB.
For these minor misunderstandings, you have been forced to lay low, while Captain Civilar Frost and his new model watch try to hunt you down among the streets and byways of the Beggar's Court. Specifically...
Naomi's freaking out.
There will be a test.
Yeah.
Frantically taking notes.
This will all be in the end of term.
None of this is in your backstory, Naomi, so don't worry about it. But
Okay, good.
specifically, Charlie Goodboy, the Dogfolk Ranger, and Roquefort Balboa, Cheese Dwarf Druid, have been hiding out in Quicklime House, your hidden base of operations.
You're a fromage man, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quicklime House was once a grand old place, home of the brilliant but troubled Archmage Telemann Lime, whose disappearance years ago left this house in a state of disrepair. You've been slowly renovating it, transforming it into the agency with another member of the agency, the cleric Tomathan Trotwood. For your efforts, you have walked into the lower levels, the catacombs underneath the house, only recently, and you managed to find a stone magical dice that seems to open the doors to the catacombs, and a brown leather book emblazoned with a C. Do you remember this?
Yes.
The letter C.
It was
I'm writing it down now.
It was before Melbourne. It was a while ago. What you have not, however, found is what you were looking for, which is a book called the Telemann Codex, that priceless missing journal of the Archmage Lime. Instead, as the three of you trudge back upstairs while Tomathan heads to his own filthy office for a little lie down, Goodboy's ears prick up, and you tap Roquefort on the shoulder as you point up the double stairways leading to the upstairs balcony over the foyer, where you can hear a noise coming from a door that you would have sworn when you entered the catacombs was locked, but is now slightly ajar.
What is it, good boy?
I hear something. So it's upstairs?
Mm-hmm. So if you remember, all of the upstairs doors were locked, and they have been since you came in here, but now one of them is open and slightly ajar.
An unlocked door, slightly ajar. How enticing.
I'm sorry, do you guys remember how to play Dungeons
Yeah,
and
we
Dragons?
do. We're just thinking about it.
I feel nervous about playing Dungeons and Dragons in front of Naomi.
We never had a true jock in the channel.
No, I feel like I'm about to get dacked.
Yeah.
This is no longer a safe...
And
Just
I
don't stand
froze.
up.
I'm not going to dack you. I'm in a different state. I'll just cyberbully you. It's fine. If you get upset, just turn the screen off.
But keep that audio running.
Okay.
No, so come on, try and gather your dignity about you and play the furry dog man with a magical walking stick that you created for yourself in this game.
Woof woof, Simon. Come on.
You know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to make that my mantra. Woof woof, Simon. Let's go.
Great. As
He scampers upstairs and towards the door.
all right, you touch the door and it drifts open, and you can see that for all of the disrepair downstairs, upstairs seems to be quite organized, and someone has taken the effort to convert what was once quite opulent living quarters into a series of offices, each of them with their own little tables and chairs and desks, leading to terminating in what looks like a large conference room and another office with a beautiful oaken door with a copper plate on it, and embossed on it in a calligraphy pen is the letter T.
T.
And inside that, you can hear
C-T.
noise again or something drumming.
So we've kind of wandered into some sort of open plan office.
There are offices upstairs, yeah.
But are they segmented or are
No,
they
it's not
like a
open
cubicle
plan.
situation?
Are there terminals? Are there computers?
There's no computers. It's like a kind of old-timey office, I guess.
Abacuses?
I was thinking
A
like
gem.
I was thinking like Mad Men because I thought that was old-fashioned. But now that I think
yeah.
about it, that's not nearly
It's quite
old-fashioned
modern.
enough.
It's quite modern.
Well, you could have a typewriter where you just got like booze in the drawer and a typewriter outside.
Yeah.
It's like wooden writing desks. There are sort of quills and things.
Quills.
There's papers. There are like lovely upholstered chairs, all in walnut with a kind of green leather upholstery.
And you could both kind of take your laptops and just have an impromptu meeting in the corner.
Lots of huddle space.
Yeah, right.
A breakout session or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, break away.
Absolutely. So you can hear the noise coming from the distant office.
Well, good boy. From C to T, the clues unravel themselves in front of us. After you?
I go and knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door and you discover as you do that it is not actually, the latch is engaged and the door swings open. And inside you can see a beautiful executive desk. Sitting behind the desk is a large 6'9" tall bugbear in an impressive suit who is meticulously going through a stack of papers in front of her, a ledger of sorts. The drumming that you heard before is her claws rapping against the mahogany finish of the desk.
Can I roll for ASMR?
What does that mean?
What is it?
Well, you know, not everyone gets ASMR.
You want to roll to see if Charlie Goodboy is ASMR receptive?
Yeah.
All right, but if you fail it, then I'm going to give you synesthesia, so go for it.
Oh,
I mean, I can taste colours.
You can taste something.
Taste the
We'll decide
rainbow.
what it is.
It's an 11 plus what do I add to it?
yeah, what does he
I
add
don't
to?
know.
Surely you
You're
should have
doing
advantage
this
because you're a
yourself.
dog and you have extra hearing abilities.
Oh.
Wait, are dogs into that stuff?
A dog's into ASMR?
Yeah. I guess they can hear.
Why
a lot
don't you
of
check
stuff.
out my Twitch channel and find out? It's called Woof Woof Simon.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you didn't know this, but if this is useful to you in working out how to play your character, Simon, you've discovered that you find the sound of bugbear enamel wrapping on mahogany to be quite pleasing.
That's like one of my legs like taps against the.
Oh,
like-
okay, maybe. Oh, that's a lot.
That's maybe too
What the fuck are you doing in here, you horny dog?
So the voice is, of course, that of Trinessa.
I'm a good boy. I'm not horny. I'm just very pleased to meet you. Hello, I'm Charlie Goodboy.
No,
And what are you doing in my office?
What are you doing in my house?
How dare you? I'm trying to run a business here. There is a hierarchy. I can't have bottom rung dogs just scampering in whenever they so choose.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand how
Yes,
time
ma'am.
works?
Yes, ma'am. Time, no, but yes, ma'am.
No, I would be interested in a dissertation on the way.
Who's this?
My name is Rockford.
Dog Boy moves aside, and behind him you can see a filthy-looking dwarf, crusted in a kind of strange mold smelling of cheese.
Yeah, whatever you. I mean, different people
Just say
smell
rind.
different things.
In tiny,
Yeah,
tiny
in a rind.
wire-framed glasses.
Yeah. I think you will find am a co-tenant of this building. I was trapped under a bookshelf downstairs for some time. And
Okay.
therefore have right of being here. What?
Well, that is not how it works because I have a corporate lease on this space.
Okay.
I hate to butt in, but I think I'm actually one of the owners of this building.
Okay, but I have the lease.
So
Where
you're
is
paying me
it?
money.
Yeah, where you show us this lease.
Who did you make the deal with?
How do I attack Dave?
Well, you can attack if you want to, because this is an attack on your, I suppose, your professional courtesy. But what Trinessa is saying is true. Trinessa has been brought in as a sort of efficiency and management expert to the agency.
Oh.
She's working for Janos Mir in much the same way that Pims is working for the agency.
Oh.
Now, you all have a stake in the building, but you are not part of that
T-bone.
management echelon. This is very much left up to Trinessa, perhaps Pims, and a few others.
Just out of curiosity, what would...
Now, would you like to attack them, Naomi?
Can I just quickly say beforehand that this
Hey,
wasn't in my
stink.
onboarding? Like the onboarding
We'll have to
process.
talk about that. Yeah, because clearly the onboarding here sucks fucking ass.
Oh, you had a similarly bad experience?
No, I mean, you're all doing a bad job.
As she says that, there's a little bell on a cord rings, which is a bell you've got that goes to the doorbell outside.
Oh, some kind of doorbell. I see. Ah, the bell has gone off.
The dog's already run down the stairs
All
to the front.
Charlie abandons the space to the alpha that he sees before him and races down to the doors. And you see that the doors, which you also left unlocked, are now are opening, and inside, walking in, looking curiously around, is a loxodon, an elephant person, wearing a backpack. What do you want to describe them for? It is you.
Yeah, she's coming. She's got a backpack full of books, and she's holding a card twixt her nostrils. Hi, I got this. I got this card. It said to come here and meet someone called Mr. Pims.
Sounds like a Greg Larson character.
All right.
No.
Hello. My name's Gentle. Ever heard of me?
Okay, this is your last character.
What? What do you want?
No, you can do what you do,
Okay.
whichever one you want.
I like the gentle voice, is what I like.
Well, I mean, gentle by name, but gentle by nature. Otherwise, it could be just Frank Walker from National Tiles, if you like. Hello. Yeah, look, I got this card, and it said to come meet someone called Mr. Pims, and I think it was about a prize for a sweepstake I might have entered. I enter a lot of sweepstakes. I find them in magazines or in newspapers, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but more often than not, it's just nice to fill out a form.
That is nice.
As Gentle says that, walking slowly down the stairs is the figure of Roquefort and Trinessa, who have emerged from the office. The card that Gentle's talking about, you see, is similar to the ones that you received that told you about your work here at the agency.
I have met 2 very large people today. How unusual. Everyone is so large.
Oh, look, I reckon from your perspective that might be the case, but from my perspective, a lot of people are quite small.
Oh, wow. You really learn things all the time. Oh, wow. Who are you here for?
Is it Mr. Pims? I think
He is having a sleep. I can take you to his room.
it's
What? I'm sorry, who are you?
hello. My name is Gentle, and
Okay.
I've got this card. I think I've won one of your sweepstakes, and I'm here to claim my prize.
Okay. Your prize is basically indentured servitude. You work here now.
Shit,
We
that's a booty
really
prize.
need the help. Yeah. I've been really struggling. I've actually come in because my employees here that I've known for all of 5 minutes, they're doing a terrible job.
Oh, that must be really stressful.
Yes. And
Have you got enough
how
time for self-care?
I actually do. I find time to get away every fortnight. I go to a spa where
Oh,
they
that sounds nice.
they rip my entire skin off. They give it a shampoo,
Oh yeah.
and then they sew it back onto me. And that
That's
really
nice.
helps
a
me
bit
be
like
refreshed.
A snake.
Excuse me?
Sometimes people say my nose is a bit like a snake.
Yeah, well, I'm not a snake.
No,
I'm not a
like
snake.
just that the skin can come off like a snake's does.
Yeah, I know, but it just sounds like something that my friend Jennifer would have said to you. But do you know her or?
Jennifer Saunders.
Yeah,
No relation. No relation.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't
She's
matter.
my neighbour. Do you know her?
Do you know
I
her?
can't. Can she even work here? Is this even legal?
Now you quickly look through your papers, Trinessa, and you've only been in the agency for a few hours, having come in this morning as a personal favour to Janos Mir, the beggar king of the underworld of Waterdeep. And your instructions were to use some of that managerial expertise to whip this place into shape with its incredibly, as you said, green, inexperienced rookie staff and its spiraling costs. And having looked at the building, the state of disrepair it's in, having looked at the names of all of the prospective employees, and you can see by the staffing documents that you have that Gentle is meant to work here, it's clear that this entire operation, without any capital and with only this broken down building, is headed for complete financial ruin and insolvency. But this is what you're good at. You're good at turning things like this around.
All right, well, great. First thing that I'm going to implement, no more 7 hours of small talk, because that is obviously where this is headed with you guys talking about. What were you just talking about, you two, when I walked in?
Probably something very important. Oh, we are looking for a book.
A book, great.
Yes, Telemann
You do
Lyon's
not...
great tome of transfiguration magic, which apparently, if we find it, would be worth over 20,000 dragons.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be reading anything. You shouldn't
No, I
be
don't- I
consuming
don't have
any
it.
information.
I would
Okay.
read it, but I don't have it.
Well, good, because I don't want you getting distracted. What you guys are doing right now is time theft. You are stealing thousands upon thousands of hours of payroll. Is this what you want to do? Do you not care about the company at all?
Are we getting paid?
Are we getting paid? We were not aware we were getting paid.
Okay, well
You did
maybe
say
you're
that
not
they were indentured
specifically.
servants.
Well, that's what I said about Gentle, and obviously, yeah, I'm not going to pay a dog, but like, you are getting a lot of exposure and experience, and you're going to be able to put this on your
would
resume
call
because.
cultural capital.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you, Gentle.
Thank you.
So Gentle's got the right idea. See how Gentle's not fighting me on this? That's how you climb up the ladder, and that's how you do a good job. Is when you don't challenge me and you do what I say.
Where's
Does that
the
make
ladder?
sense?
You know, I once climbed a ladder. I had to get a special ladder in because I couldn't use a normal person's ladder. I had to. Well, we don't say normal person.
While this is happening, do you want to make for me the first roll of the day?
Ew.
Naomi, would you like to make an insight?
Sorry, what about my ASMR roll?
Well, that didn't really fucking count. Do you want to make an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
Insight's one of the skills. If you just click the little roll, tell me what you get.
7. Plus 1 is 8.
Okay, well, in that case,
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
congratulations for failing the first roll of the evening. And I was going to say I was going to give you the opportunity to learn some more about them, but really you just see what you see in front of you, which is a dog, a gregarious elephant, and a small upsetting man.
Cheese man.
Yeah, a cheese man.
Cheese man.
So I have nothing else to add, sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's all I need to know, I think.
Well, so what are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah. What do you want from us,
What
lady?
would you like us to do? I mean,
Full of
we're
demands.
We're here to help.
You're coming?
Detectiving, obviously. We're a detective agency.
Yeah,
I mean, that is part of that is you investigating and figuring out what work needs to be done.
Wait, what? So we have to also investigate what work we should be doing and then investigate said work, which is investigating.
Now you are halfway through
Yes.
a case, don't forget.
Yeah, we're looking for the book she told me not to read. Mr.
Well,
Pims.
yeah, you shouldn't be
Oh.
reading anything. But
Sorry, Trinessa, I rushed here. I didn't have breakfast. But I've got a nut bar. I just
So
wanted to check
you-
nobody has allergies here if I was to eat that. And the second question is it okay to eat that?
absolutely not, Gentle. You cannot eat on company time.
Absolutely
You
not.
wait.
There's no allergies, or
You cannot eat on company time. You're going to have to wait for your 15-minute break.
When will our break be?
Literally never.
Okay.
Well, you've certainly made this more dystopic than it was. But I'm into it. Trinessa is an efficiency expert who is renowned up and down the Sword Coast for ability to turn operations around. She has her own methods. She has her own techniques, and god damn it, she gets results.
can I make a stealth roll, please, to sneak some of the nut
You're going to eat your nut bar, right?
through my
Or that
nostril.
sleight of hand.
Well, it'd be
That
sleight
would
of
be
hand.
that would be a sleight of trunk, yeah.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
Make a little sleight of trunk check for me.
Do you get special advantages because you've got a trunk? Like, can you use it for things?
+2. 19.
19,
Oh.
all right. So
Chomp, chomp.
for any audience who might be watching this scene, they might enjoy the fact that as we continue to play, very surreptitiously, Gentle starts to unwrap and eat a nut bar, and nobody notices.
Through my nostrils. Up
Wait,
the-
so you're choking it down your nose cavity through the top of your throat back down into your mouth, into your stomach.
Yum,
Yeah,
yum.
look, some of us just eat differently to others because we've got big noses that can eat things.
That was a question for Jordan, not.
But great.
Madness.
Great. Fantastic.
So Roquefort Balboa, Naomi, is talking about a book, the Telemann Codex, which is rumored to be lost somewhere in the bottom floors of the building, under the ground, going down the stairs that lead underneath a giant portrait of Telemann Lime that hangs in the lobby. They have a key and they have a book that they think is connected to it, and in fact, Balboa has seen, he believes, the Telemann Codex in his journeying. They were told by your associate, Vinegar Pims, that if they found this book, it would be worth 20,000 dragons. Dragons are gold coins in Waterdeep, which would be enough operational budget for the agency to run for a few years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Also,
And can I say, if we find that book,
yes.
I'm going to implement casual Monday every first Monday of the 6-month period that we're in.
Wow, fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
We would be, that sounds fun.
What does that mean?
So, and once every Monday...
That suggests a
for the
dress
first
code, which you also need to talk to them about.
Yes, I will be implementing a dress code because you all look like shit. But we'll get to that later because obviously, I'll need to sort some things out for that. But I am... If this goes well, you're all going to be pretty happy at the end of it, aren't we?
Oh, that sounds good. Also,
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess if it's okay with you, we will go and look for the book and also the large amounts of cheese which I have misplaced downstairs.
Are you made of cheese?
No, I'm not.
I've been wondering that myself, to be honest.
No, I make cheese, and I actually had acquired part of the cellar space of this domicile to mature my cheese.
When you say acquired, you mean you were squatting for several years?
I was squatting for several years in there, and my cheese, it's lost. But I know that it is very close to the book. So if we follow our nose, we will find the cheese.
You're really determined to make this
Mine
side
is
storyline
pretty
happen.
It's gonna really happen. It's my whole bit.
All right. Well, just don't get sidetracked by the cheese.
It strikes,
Roquefort.
Trinessa, it strikes you that this might be a chance to do a little bit of on-the-job training and performance review if you were to accompany them.
Yeah, I would love to just shadow you guys. Obviously, I don't want to get too involved. I'll take a step back. I'll be observing you mostly. I'm not going to, take over.
That sounds unlikely.
There's one other thing, which is that Trinessa has the ability to handle promotions inside the agency, and she's been given a stack of private investigator first class badges to hand out to certain members of the agency if she believes that they are ready for the rigors of leadership.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I have to say, Charlie Goodboy it's not looking good for him.
I gotta say, Charlie Goodboy is really torn between the desire to be a good boy and the fact that a lot of what she's saying seems very unfair in the grand scheme of things. So it's kind of he's moments away from hackles raising.
Tail just waggling confused.
Yeah.
It's not going side to side, it's going up and down.
Charlie Goodboy's developing class consciousness.
Well, just be clear that anyone who tries to unionize will be nixed.
Okay.
Trinessa has a bunch of people fantasy tweeting upstairs from Agency FC.
Yeah, they love it up there. They love it so much. They
Gentle
they
just
talk
starts
about
pissing
me
into
online.
a bottle.
Hey, not on company time.
That's why I got the bottle.
All right, so you have the key, you have the book. These are the two things that you were able to find in your first foray downstairs with Tomathan. You found a brown book that had the same dodecahedron symbol on the front of it as the Telemann Codex, which you've seen before. It's in the portrait, a purple book with a gold sigil on the front. And this book was blank and it had the letter C stamped on it. You've also found a dodecahedron, a stone one, that when you hold it up against the locked doors of the catacombs, they open up, allowing you access to the downstairs layer.
And the book opened to whatever page you wanted to open it to.
The dice rolled to whatever number you wanted.
Dice rolls whatever you wanted.
That's right. It's a magical item. It's a charlatan's dice, which means that when you roll it, you can choose what it lands on.
Oh. And we found a key as well in the drawer?
No, this
Key is
doubles.
the
The dice is the key.
The die's the key. That's correct.
Okay. Good boy. Do you remember which way we went last time?
Down.
All right then. To adventure? Or do you have a good catchphrase you would like to try out?
To adventure.
Yeah. I didn't want to tread on anyone's toes copyright-wise.
Rockfort. I would love it if it was to the board holders,
To the board holders?
board members,
Board
shareholders.
members. To the board
To the
members.
board
the
members
eight-
slash shareholders.
To the board members
Yeah.
slash shareholders.
Or it's like a new term I'm working on. I have trademarked that one.
Shareholders.
Who are the
board
shareholders in this company? Surely all of us are shareholders.
Share-
No.
That would be a collective.
I like to the board holders. It seems good.
I think that
Those are like builders.
Board holders?
Yeah.
But look, aren't we
And there's
all
nailers.
truly...
The board holders hold the ball.
To
The
the,
boards.
to the portals. To the
To the board holders. But if we all hold boards,
To the board
then we are
builders.
board holders. And therefore we are cheersing ourselves.
I think I'm a board holder right now because I'm holding a lot of boredom.
Oh,
Oh.
you hurt my
See,
feelings.
so Charlie, what you're doing right there, that's terrible for morale. So we're gonna try and curb that kind of
I'd like to make a
insulting people.
Yeah, I'd like to make a complaint to management.
Uh-huh.
And you
Yes.
are management. I'm complaining to you.
No, wait, I'm a good boy.
No, you are
I'm a
mean to
good
me.
boy.
You're a
What-
bad boy.
I'm a good boy. What's happening now around me
Yeah.
is you're not good. That's bad. It's not taking into account what is
It's like,
Do you see
like
what-
Charlie is trying to reach for words here to describe something that he's not seen in the forests that he grew up in.
What?
Yeah, so you're using a lot of you statements and they're really aggressive, okay? And
I'm
they
really
don't
trying
help
really hard
us
not to
with
bare my
conflict resolution. Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna say to the board holders, and you don't need to know who they are. Just know that they care about you very much.
Oh, okay.
Care about you a
Charlie
lot.
relaxes immediately.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yes. And they care about your well-being, and they would love for you to do a good job.
And as Trinessa says that, she holds out a very clawed hand, immaculately manicured, but very sharp talons. And you place the stone dodecahedron dice in her palm, and she takes it, holds it up against the catacombs as they open, and then indicates that you two should go first and walk down into the corridor.
To the board holders.
To the board holders.
The board holders.
Thank you.
All right,
Hey. I like being part of a team.
the three of you make your way into the gloom, and a moment behind you comes Trinessa as the catacombs clamp shut again with the doors locked. Without Trinessa, no one will be getting out.
Got a 4.
What was that
Okay.
for?
It's a snack.
Oh, you ate a second. Is that a second nut bar? All right, that one got spotted, unfortunately.
Gentle, are you eating on the job? Are you eating on the job? What was that?
There's nothing.
Okay, so you're gonna have negative 5 minutes of your break time.
So-
Um,
Oh.
so you'll have to earn 5 minutes of break time to get no break time, and then any break time you earn on top of that will actually be break time. Do you understand?
I don't, but that's okay.
Something you need
Okay.
to know about this dungeon is that it's cuckoo down here. Sometimes you go through a door.
Just given the new climate of, I don't think we should say cuckoo anymore.
No cuckoo?
No, it's not cool for certain birds.
Oh, right. Cuckoo.
That's it.
Cuckoo.
Sorry, which one's cucaracha cuckoo?
It's strange down here.
Okay, all right,
Strange.
great, good to know. So the
Unusual.
doors shift.
So, are there doors?
Yeah, there
What
are
do we see in
doors.
front of us,
There
Dave?
are 2 doors leading to the left, 1 door leading to the right. You're sure last time you came down it was 2 doors to the left and 2 to the right. So as you say, the doors have a tendency to shift. This corridor is already far longer than it should be for the length of the tenement.
Can I investigate the doors?
Making a little investigation check.
Okay, so we're in a corridor. There's one on the left, 2 on the right.
I get
Yep, that's
advantage on investigation. So a 12 and a 5.
All right, so you're listening to the... What, you have automatic advantage to investigation.
Yeah.
Can you see in dark vision, by the way?
No, I don't think so.
Is anybody providing
I've got
any
dark
light?
vision.
I've got dark vision.
And I have proficiency in no, I don't.
So
that's a
you can
lie.
see in the dark.
I
You can see in the
light.
dark, but only in monochrome.
Yeah.
And I think Naomi's
Completely
character
different.
Trinessa can see in the dark as well. So
How do
you're
I know that?
because you're a bugbear. It's on your character sheet. But I would
There's literally a million
I
things
would
on this
not-
freaking character sheet.
I would
David.
not presume to point out to you where it is on your character sheet. So I'm sure you can find
Okay.
it
So
yourself.
I get advantages if the investigation involves smell.
Yes, that makes more sense. That's the trunk. That's the trunk
That's
talking.
sniffing. It's good
So
at sniffing.
so what you're doing is you're smelling at all the doors.
Smelling the door.
Great. Okay. So one of the doors you notice has a smell.
Dark vision, 60 feet.
Wow, you've learnt more Dungeons and Dragons than Simon has in many years.
I've got to say that it's like, and I don't mean to put the Dragon Friends on blast, but I showed Naomi how to create a D&D account, sync it, turn it, use a roll. It took 30 fucking seconds.
To be fair,
Women in STEM.
when we started, it was all pencil
in
and
STEM.
paper.
Understand?
Didn't have some sweet
and look,
UX to guide her through
I
I'm
think
sorry, Simon, that
might
I'm
be out
not
of a job.
58.
the. How dare you use my age as a slur? As a proud 58-year-old
cute.
white man, I demand more respect.
Go Packers.
There you go.
Yeah, 58-year-old white men really don't have enough of a space.
I'm so sorry,
go.
Daryl.
Oh, that's Trinessa.
Wow, is that
cute.
cute?
Those
Is
are
that,
cute.
that's me.
That's your error.
Oh,
There's-
sorry,
I
Simon.
love-
When did you
Why is everyone,
draw that,
stepping all over
Gentle?
my...
Now, no,
Simon's getting angry.
That's me.
Yeah, that's good.
Can I see
Cute.
Can I see the cheese dwarf again?
Do you
Yeah.
have a tusk? Are you carrying? Is Gentle carrying a tusk?
Yeah,
around?
gentle is it's like is it Wisconsin that they
Yeah,
wear
yeah,
those?
cheese
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that drawing
the
of
Packers.
Charlie looks like if Spot was a teenager.
I will say, because that's actually a really good point, that as Gentle is getting a little bit uncomfortable in the dark, the only one that can't see, and now that she has finished her nut bar, you notice that reflexively, almost without noticing, she dips her trunk inside of her jacket and she pulls out what looks like a very well-polished piece of tusk and starts twisting it like an unconscious gesture in her trunk.
Wow. Gentle has ADHD.
I'm stimming.
Did Trinessa just say that out loud in the choir?
It's not your job to diagnose others.
I just think you might think, that we would see that as a disadvantage here at Gribbits Detective Agency, but we're actually really
Detective
open.
Agency?
I mean, at
Huh?
least I remember
What's the
it's
name
called
of the
Gribbits
detective agency?
Yeah, what is the
What's
name?
the name
Of-
of the detective
Yeah,
agency?
Yeah.
what's it called?
What do you mean?
What you
Just
just
say-
said. What
what's it
did you
called?
just
What did
say?
you
Say it
call it?
again.
What's it called?
What's what called?
Don't Google it.
Detective
Tell us what you
agency.
said.
Don't Google what?
Hands on camera, hands on screen,
up.
and tell us
What do you-
the name of the shows that you're on.
Yeah, what's the name?
Obviously,
Yeah.
the Gribbits Detective Agency.
Seamless.
The Gribbits Detective Agency for short.
We here at the Gribbits Detective Agency, which I love. What the fuck was I saying? We love neurodiversity. I just want you to know, Gentle, we see that as an asset. We don't see you as a liability.
That's,
Why would you need to say that?
that's
Yeah,
not
well-
fair. Yeah, I mean, I haven't
you-
really shown myself to really, in any capacity, really. I mean, I've just started here, so it's
We'd
seems a
just
bit-
love to sit you down in front of a task and just have you go for 10 hours, no breaks.
Yeah, Gentle, the
I mean,
onboarding here is
that does-
terrible.
That does sound like prejudice. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's actually inclusive. So there you go.
How's it inclusive?
Because even though Gentle has a fucked brain, I think it's fine.
Okay, so just moving on.
Well, I'm
Gentle, can I just say that while you were testing at the door,
I have a long memory.
Gentle, what?
That's not a stereotype.
Gentle, you asked if you could smell at any of the doors, and you do have the ability to smell at two of the doors. One of the doors you can't smell. Well, actually, you smell all three. One door you don't smell anything.
The door on the left.
The door on the left, you smell what seems like brine and sharp preserving agents like formaldehyde.
Oh,
Very
formaldehyde.
strong, chemically smelling room.
Or like pickles, maybe.
And the other room.
Cool.
What did you roll, actually?
A 12.
The other room, you can't. You think you smell something familiar, but you can't quite tell.
Right, I'll let everybody know this information.
Okay, well, I always say, follow your nose.
What happened to you in Melbourne, man?
Oh man, I got set back a few years. Or forward. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, it was a rough night. Okay.
Wait, every night was a rough?
Every night was a rough night. Every night was a rough. Well, to the board members. Board
TTBH.
holders. We go through this door.
Yeah.
Bang.
All right, so you head through which door?
The one that smells like pickles.
All right, great. So you make your way through the door into... Who's going first?
Good boy.
Okay.
That's a good boy. Go find it, good boy. Go find it.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
find it.
I go through. What do I see?
Okay, so you walk into a room that is laid out like a pantry of some sort. There are 2 rows of shelves along the walls, but on those shelves are what looks like large bell glasses and mason jars, all in low light. You'll have to get a little bit closer to see what they are, as well as some stacks of books and sort of strange implements of
Should I
magic.
do a perception check or an
Make an
investigation?
investigation check.
That's a 4.
All right. So you
That's an 8.
yeah, you always have that moment after you roll a very bad number where you look at what you're going to add to it,
Because
hoping
I'm
that it will
bad at
magically
maths.
become a good number.
Well, one of my characters has very high something.
That's true.
Probably has very high like dexterity,
It's
so
like
like
plus
often
9.
it's like a plus 10 or something. So
You
I
just
can.
use the app and then it'll do the maths for you.
It's harder on the phone than on the look, Jordan. As a 50-year-old man, my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Okay.
And
So with your monochromatic dogfolk eyes, it's a bit hard to sort of make out what this is. It looks like there are things inside these jars, but you might need a light source to see what's what.
okay.
Does anybody have any spells like that? Can anybody bring light?
Spells. Infestation. Mold earth.
No.
No, not though.
Nobody has a torch. Nobody has an adventure.
I got a torch.
Okay, so you can't see it all.
I have a torch.
I have mining gear actually as well, so
Oh,
I've
that
got
probably
a little candle on the end of a hat.
Yeah, I think you've got a candle on a hard hat. If you
Yeah,
want.
which I put on the end of my nose.
Just the candle or the whole thing?
It's a hat on my nose, like I've drawn little eyes on it.
Wonderful. Okay, you light the candle.
Oh, who is this?
You
You didn't tell us you had a friend. Gentle?
I'm a serpent.
Oh, you're a snake.
Oh,
Watch out.
I'm a basilisk.
Trinessa, do you know this snake? Is this your friend?
What? Whoa! I don't associate with snakes. I've actually cut all the toxic people out of my life.
I'm
It's
actually
the second time your character has very firmly denied
snakes are
knowing
venomous,
snakes.
not toxic. It's only toxic if you eat it.
Okay, well, yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that because, again, I don't associate with them.
Naomi, that feels like the second time that your character has very strongly denied knowing a snake or being a snake.
Yeah, well, what do you want me to just say? Oh, yeah, I am a snake when I'm not, or yeah, I know heaps about snakes and I don't know any of them.
Well, I feel like Taylor Swift owned the label quite successfully. You know, maybe if you take it on, it become a brand for you.
Yeah,
Snakes.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, that was, I mean, we all enjoyed the Reputation era, but it's firmly over. She's doing folklore now, and I think we all know that, and I think it's time to move on from the snakes.
I slowly put the hat back on. And
What does this mean in the context of fantasy?
Oh, the famous sorceress Taylor Swift
Right.
betrayed all of her fellows
And was turned into a snake
and
by
was
the
turned
gods.
into a snake. But then,
But she's got better because now she's in the folklore era.
Yeah, and
Because
then
she made a
She
deal with a
reclaimed
fairy.
yeah, she made a deal with the devil, I would say,
Who
with a
did she
demon.
betray?
All of her fans
Oh.
or subjects, whatever you call them, it's fine. Anyway, folklore.
There
I
is
think
a
you're right.
sulfuric match strike as a gentle lights a candle on a hard hat, and the room is filled with dim light. And by that light, you can suddenly see that a lot of these jars hold medical specimens, strange cadavers, bloated, dire frogs. One of what?
It's just a large frog. It's a bigger than usual. A dire frog. It's a cane toad.
And all of you can make investigation checks.
All right, let's investigate.
Is it any of the investigating smell-based?
Do you want to rely on your trunk or do you want to rely on your
What
eyes?
can involve smell?
Yeah. But I'm saying, what are you focusing on?
Well, probably the nose.
Great. Okay, then you have advantage.
Cool. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Ew. I got like a 13.
I got critted down.
All right.
I got 3.
Okay. Trinessa's like...
2 from 2.
Oh, I got your roll on my screen. Isn't that nice?
Trinessa, who values company time, is not wasting time searching this room, but the rest of you are, and you all notice different things. So, first of all, Eden.
Yes?
You notice an interesting thing, which is a fishbowl sitting in the back of the room that has a candle resting inside it that looks strange and you're sort of drawn to.
A fishbowl,
Filled with water or some kind of liquid.
but there's a candle inside
There's a candle inside it, yeah.
How burned is the candle?
Yeah, is it lit?
The wick is black, but it looks, it looks like it's got a few hours.
What does it smell like?
You give us an experimental sniff, but your nose is not quite good enough.
Oh, give that bad boy over here.
Gentle, what do you make of this?
Give it a little sniff, experimental sniff.
Is this my 20?
Yeah, we'll add this into your 20.
Okay.
So you smell it. It smells like water. It smells like tallow, but also
Ooh, love that water smell.
Tallow.
and tallow. But you can also smell
I think we found a fight club.
that there is something unnatural about it. You have a sense that this is slightly
Tallow's
magical.
used to make soap.
A slightly magical candle.
Oh, it smells magical. Because I've thought a few things that have been magical, taken me on adventures. In
Like
my
what,
mind.
Gentle?
Cocaine.
Please at least say fantasy cocaine.
Cocaine.
All right, so great. So you found that.
Damn, Gentle's crazy.
Gentle, you noticed, and your nose was led to a very strange looking jar that smells very
What's a
alien.
deviated septum on an elephant look like?
Just so much blood.
It doesn't smell of the world. There's something very, very alien and strange to you. Like it doesn't come from anything natural. This one is full of an incredibly dark liquid, and as you hold it up and slosh it, you see for a second something whizzing past the jar inside it, and then it disappears in the inky blackness again.
Can I bloody make a history check? Is this familiar to any of my readings?
Yeah, make a history check.
No, I got a 6.
You're not sure, but you can take it if you want and put it in your backpack.
Yeah, I'll put it in my backpack. Careful, I'll wrap it in some papers that I've got
Can
in
I make an Arcana check to see if I can figure out how to turn this thing on?
Turn what on?
The candle bowl?
How do you think you would turn on a candle?
Well, with fire, but it's in
Lower
water.
the lights, play some sexy music,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get another candle and put eyelashes on it.
Make the candles kiss.
Yeah. And be like, I'm just gonna step outside, kids. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And you leave the room,
Psychotic. Yep.
and then you come back and they're getting fresh.
I just make the Arcana check. I hate that.
13.
All right.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, you think that probably you activate it by lighting it.
But it's so wet.
Well, give it a go. This is the dice all over again.
Can we put the little candle? You've got your little candle hat.
You gonna make those candles kiss, baby?
But if I put it into the, what happens? Can I pour some liquid out of the bowl?
You can take the candle out if you want.
Oh, okay, I'll take the candle. What happens if I put my hand in? Does it burn?
Well, it seems like you've done it.
I stick my hand in and wait to see if it's burning.
You're fine.
Okay, and I pull it out.
Yep, it's a candle. It's still very wet. You're licking it now. You don't need to lick the candle.
Now I'm going to try and light it on Gentle's helmet.
Okay, it looks like it should be so wet and sodden that it would be difficult, but it lights up cheerfully, and soon the light in the room is increased as you're holding this candle.
What happens if I put it back
right.
in the bowl?
You put it back in the bowl and it doesn't extinguish itself and it continues to burn under the water because you found a candle of the deep. So this will burn, it doesn't need oxygen.
Like a candle of
It burns
the
much
deep.
slower. It's a light source that you can use anywhere.
Candle of the deep.
Well done.
Wow.
Whoa.
I can't believe you
Well done, Rockfort.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Trinessa pulls out an employee evaluation form and makes a minute note that none of you can see.
It's just a scribble. It's not anything. She's just learned that if she looks busy, the people above enjoy it.
Now, what did you roll for your investigation? Jack?
1.
You rolled a 1, didn't you?
Yeah.
While you're doing this, eager to please, Charlie Goodboy suddenly spots something, even with your 1, which is a book that is wedged at the back of the shelf of jars that seems to have, it's a brown leather book with a copper plate that seems to have a letter carved on the plate. And in your excitement to try and climb up onto the shelf, probably to impress Trinessa, you grab up and you try and reach. You hop once, but you can't quite get to this top shelf. And then you hop again, and then there is a smash and a shatter as a whole shelf worth of jars come collapsing
Bad dog.
onto the floor all around you. And I need you to
boy.
make for me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's a 16.
Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah, where's my other ones gone?
Ability
Abilities, saves. Sorry. Okay, 18.
Okay, 18. An 18 is great. So the last minute, you managed to just dive to the side as a bunch of these jars all smash on the ground around you, and each one of them has inside a preserved, wizened-looking hand. And as they are freed from the jars, they suddenly jump up around you and start slashing at you, but you manage to roll aside as these crawling claws to start taking over the room, zipping around trying to attack all of you and go straight into combat.
How many are there?
There are 4 of them.
Okay.
All right, so
Charlie Goodboy, that is a demerit.
Round of applause for Charlie.
I'd say that the OH&S setup of this room is lackluster at best.
okay, well, don't argue about that right now because we're going into combat. The first one up is Gentle.
Bloody hell. I'm
Do you
gonna.
understand what I'm saying? They're like cousin.
cousin
It.
it,
Cousin,
yeah.
cousin it.
No, the
Yeah.
thing.
All right, I'm
It.
gonna throw a
Sorry,
They're
dart.
called the thing.
The
No.
thing.
Yeah.
Cousin
the thing.
it.
Thing. They're called
Who's
Thing.
cousin it? Cousin
It's
it.
the hairy
Cousin's the hairy boy.
Yeah, this is thing.
This is Thing. Sorry, got that
No,
wrong.
it's fine.
I'm gonna throw a dart at one of the hands.
You're just going to grab one of them?
No, throw a dart at one of the hands.
Oh, that's great. So you have a bunch of throwing darts.
Yeah, a
Just
little
takes
dart.
out a pack of Winfields.
Winnie Blues. Make a friend.
25 years' time, it's going to be on the packet side of the packet. Be a picture of that hand, all fucking gangrenous.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. Make an attack. Armor class 12.
13.
13. So you managed to pin one of them to the wall. How much damage?
And I did 6 damage.
All right. It squeals and shrivels up like a monkey's paw around the knife as it's nailed to the side of the collapsed shelf. But then the rest of them dive, one of them at each of you.
Oh, no.
So, what's your armor class there, Rockfort?
Oh, mine.
Yep.
14.
All right, you get hit.
No.
Your armor class, Charlie?
16.
You get hit.
Oh.
And what is Trinessa's armor class? It's 16, I think. So that means, I think, that Trinessa swats it away with her clipboard and it sort of slaps against the wall like a wet fish. But the other 2 of you take damage. In this case, you take 2 points damage, Rockfort. You take...
Oh, are we better than from last time?
No, why would you be? Haven't
Not
had a
yet.
rest. This is carrying straight on.
Okay.
So you take another 3 points of damage.
I
Charlie
take,
Goodboy.
take 2.
You take 2 points of damage. But now the next one up is Trinessa.
Yeah,
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna fuck them up.
Now you're a bugbear, which means that you've got extra reach. You've also got
Yeah.
razor sharp claws that you can fight with much better than a normal fighter. You're a
Yeah.
brawler built for hand-to-hand combat. So
I'm gonna slash him up.
Cool. Do you want to make your little fighting style unarmed attack?
Yep. How do?
So it's just click that little +5 button next to fighting style unarmed fighting.
Oh, and it will roll it for you.
Should we roll for you?
I can do it for you.
Fighting style.
There you go.
Just tell me where it is.
It's in your actions. I can do it for you on this one. That's okay.
Actions.
Fine.
Great. Okay, so you rolled into 13, which hits, and you do 6 points of damage. So Trinessa swats one of them aside, and then just pulverizes it with a punch that sort of wet, leprous-looking fingers go everywhere as it
Bit of
pops.
hand-to-hand combat.
Pops like a balloon full of custard. Hand-to-hand combat.
From the chat. That wasn't right.
Yeah,
It was from the
that's
chat.
good. That's good. That sucks. That's good though, but it sucks.
It's very
Sucks so bad it's good.
It's good though.
But know that it sucks.
It's
But it's good.
It's good.
Charlie, good boy, you're up next.
Does Trinessa need to make a Constitution saving throw to not ruin the manicure?
I mean, are you precious in the manicure, Trinessa?
Absolutely. Yes,
Then
I am.
Go for make a Constitution saving throw for your
Okay.
for your lacquer.
Is it
Oh,
shellac?
thank Christ.
Yes, it is.
21.
21.
Oh,
it's
flawless.
immaculate. It's immaculate.
Yeah, because I spend a lot of money on these nails, so
You know
I
what-
hope they can hold up against a rogue little hand.
Yeah, Trinessa actually punches the hand. It explodes, like I said, like a wet fish full of custard. And somehow it doesn't get any of it on her fist. And then she stops for a second and runs one of her fingernails against the rough stone wall and just corrects the curvature of one of her
files
fingers.
it back.
That
They're like
comes,
sparks?
Yeah.
slight sparks. It comes back looking better than it did.
How?
And the
How?
next one up is Charlie.
So is the hand still on me, or is like attacked?
One of them is just scrabbling around in the water around you. You're prone on the floor, by the way.
I guess I'll just go for a bite.
Yeah, bite
Oh,
him.
you're gonna bite? You're gonna bite this
Bite
old
him.
old hand?
Or I'll just get my stick and like try and whack it.
You can do it. You do whichever one you want. Just
I
biting
guess-
it, I find upsetting, but you
Yeah.
do what you want.
Well, I'll whack it.
Bite
That's a 13.
A 13 hits. It's only armor class 12.
Okay, and that's 3 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
3 bludgeoning.
So very quickly, Charlie grabs his like a club, just smashes down with his new quarterstaff that he found in the.
It's a half staff, thank you.
a half staff.
Does it have more whack power than the previous
No
one?
more whack
It's
power.
Just
But
a
it
Use
is-
it two-handed, it does more damage.
It also is
D8.
It's a magical weapon. Does it have versatile?
I don't
It
know
is
that it's a
versatile.
magic weapon
Right.
yet.
No. Yes, but I'm saying it's magical, which means it can affect things that are immune to magic, but it doesn't do extra damage.
Hey guys, I just want to point out, in 2021, people are especially litigious. Please don't use terms like whack power. Thank you.
As a proud wacko though,
Don't say
Can't say that word either.
You can't say whack
Keep it
power.
at home.
Don't say
Keep those
whack,
conversations at home. Yeah,
Whack
thank
power.
you.
We must to secure a future for whack children, etc., etc. All right. Now,
Oh, God.
I don't know
For
where
our
I'm
whack
going with this.
nation?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Help.
Don't
Pull
say it.
up out of the bit. Pull up out of the bit.
Don't say it. We're all thinking it. Don't say it.
Okay, here we go.
it's very stressful.
I'm whacking
It's so
it.
much easier to do the podcast where it's just like snippy here.
All right, I'm rolling to whack to hit
Ah!
hit it to injure it
Yep.
with my club. What's the armor class?
12.
14 plus 4
Smack.
hits.
Yeah, gets it.
And it does 6 damage.
All right, that was the last one, right?
Smack.
So, like a cheese that was left in a bag of vinegar,
Very delicious.
it just explodes
Oh.
and into wet bits of flesh and chunks of wriggling matter. The whole thing is quite disgusting.
So sad.
And fingernails. Let's not forget, lots of little fingernails all over the ground. But you have defeated the crawling claws, and they're all dead on the ground. And somewhat shamefacedly, Charlie, you reach up in the rubble behind the jars and you pull out and shake off the sodden book that was behind.
Oh, so it was a book.
Yeah. Do I notice it as being similar to the one we found before?
It looks like very much like it's a companion, like it was a encyclopedia series or journal series from the same one. But the letter on its spine, the other one that you had was C.
Yeah.
This one has an L emblazoned on its spine.
Ah.
CL.
Okay, I open it up.
CL.
It just, like the other one, it's completely blank. All of the pages are blank.
Okay.
Does it have any smells?
Make a check with fucking advantage, I guess.
Yeah, all right, 18.
All right. It smells of paper.
Uh-huh.
It smells of
Does it smell of ink at all?
ribbon. Interestingly, it smells of ink.
What kind of ink?
Normal ink. Ink of this world.
So there's something has been written in there, but I think it's been hidden from us.
You do an Arcana check?
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana check. I got no
Are you
advantage.
saying Arcana
Hey,
now, fancy
you know-
boy?
Arcana.
I once did a thing where we made like invisible ink with lemon juice, and then when we held a candle underneath it, the
I
ink
think
started
Ben
to
already
appear.
suggested we piss on the book last week, Jordan. I'm really sorry.
we found a candle, but maybe it's like the candle and the lemon juice.
Yeah, maybe if I use... what if I pull the candle out of the bowl
Yeah.
and use that to try and put it underneath to try and read it?
All right. So you.
But try not to set it on fire.
All right. So
I don't want to set it on fire.
Okay. Very carefully, you do this and you start to heat up the book, and it seems that this, if there is a trigger to revealing the words inside the book, this is not it.
You roll that dice on it?
Yeah, what do we
So
rub the
Rock
dice-
thought that was a waste of time, waste of company time just there.
She pulls out her little clipboard again, and whatever she'd written before, she just very obviously scribbles
I
it
just
out.
want to say that innovation is not a linear process. Okay,
Yeah, and
sometimes
we would love it if it was though. We would love the ups without the downs.
Okay,
That's what we're aiming
Okay,
for.
well, so I guess we'll just try and fail fast then.
I would prefer if you don't fail at all.
I think what's going to
Thank you.
fail fast is the Gribbits Detective Agency slogan. The other thing that you notice in the
If there were
room...
only ups, we wouldn't have any mountains.
We just have one
Thank you,
big one that
Gentle.
never ended.
There's two other things in the room now that the fight is over and you've had a chance to look. One is that on one entire wall there is a beautiful tapestry of a cosmology of a bunch of different worlds spinning around in what looks like a suspended sort of golden halo.
An astrolabe?
All of these worlds. This is yes, in 3D it would be an astrolabe, but this is a tapestry.
Hello, hello, hello.
And you can see, so all of these worlds are beautifully rendered in inks by what looks like a master calligrapher, and the whole thing is beautiful and sumptuous, although old and sort of decayed and smelling mildewy. You notice as well that gold ink has been used for the halo. There's a rupture in one point of the halo where it's been actually unstitched and there's thread has been pulled from it. And just near that, you can see one other world that has been rendered in gold thread. The only parts of the tapestry that are in metallic threads, the rest of it is, as I said, just beautiful old textured fabrics. The other thing is
Stunning.
to its side, yeah, just a little bit of art, just a bit of light and fucking shade. And to the side of it, you notice that there is a door leading deeper into, again, the impossible geometry of this house.
Is there any writing on that tapestry? Like, does it explain anything? Is it labelled? Like, within the...
No, but it looks like it is precisely made. It looks like it would function as a iconographic map, but a map nonetheless. It looks very specific.
I'd love to get it as a dress. Is there any role I can do for that?
Trinessa does. You don't need. It's your fucking house. Trinessa finds a step stool and starts cutting down the tapestry, which comes down easily as the thread and upholstery of hundreds of years give away under her hands as she just stacks this cloth into it, folds it up haphazardly or maybe neatly, I don't know what her personality's like, and stuffs it in her backpack, or are you going to make one of them carry it?
Yeah, that's fine. I think Gentle has room.
Yeah, I also count as one size category larger for carrying capacity, so that's okay.
Is that what Gentle says?
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Also, I feel like Trinessa doesn't even
Thank you,
own
Gentle.
a backpack.
Oh, no sweat.
All right, so you hand the tapestry.
I'm just really pleased to be mentored by someone who really understands business.
Thank you, Gentle. And I make a note of Gentle's good attitude.
Don't lean in too far.
Any
Might
what?
fall in.
And that's another demerit against.
That was Simon, not Charlie.
Still.
I'm Trinessa, and I noticed that Charlie is giving. He's just his eyes have attitude. So that
Oh,
is a demerit.
Charlie, what do your eyes have attitude?
What did you do that for?
I just feel like we could all. I'm a good boy, and I'm not being a bad boy, but I
Good
feel.
boys don't have to say I'm a good boy.
This is so cruel to a simple
How do I-
woodland creature.
What's behind the tapestry? Anything hidden there?
There's a door. I said there was a door right next to
No,
it.
but now that the tapestry's gone,
Oh.
anything hidden there?
Yes, actually. There is another smaller door.
Another smaller tapestry.
Yeah.
Oh, very Melbourne.
Well, that'll make a
Small
great
doors.
hat.
You found, no, but well done, Trinessa. You found a small door that's hidden behind the tapestry, leading to the
Right,
west.
how big is the door? Will any of us fit in it?
I mean, Roquefort easily,
No
Charlie
problem.
quite easily. I don't think, however, that Gentle or Trinessa are going to be able to fit through this door.
Wow. I guess Charlie and Rockford can decide who's going through it, but one of them is.
Why don't we... Rockford, why don't we both go in?
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I open the door.
Yep, you open the door and it leads into the gloom.
I shut the door behind us.
I can see 120 feet in. Can I see anything?
Well, this moment you walk in, Charlie Goodboy is following you, and suddenly, with, I would have to say, an uncharacteristic look in his eyes, he turns around and very quickly closes and latches the door on his side, locking the two of you in the corridor away from Gentle and Trinessa. And now with the party split deep underneath Tellerman Lime's old mansion, it is up to two parties of adventurers of differing levels of competentness to find out if they have it in them to find the Tellerman Codex before those other members of the agency find it first. Thank you. We are going to take a very short 5-minute break.